Hey folks, Kyle Keogh here with a new training video for you, and my apologies for not having done one of these over the last few days. I've just been extremely busy, so I've been letting this stuff kind of build up, and I decided I'd do a training video today for the last couple of sessions that I've done. The first was a combined squat and bench session, and the second was a deadlift session. And so for the squat session, I did 335 for 3, 365 for 3, and then 395 for 3. Felt physically fairly strong. I felt stronger than the previous week squatting, which is good. I feel like my squat's coming back pretty quickly, and I feel like I'm right about where I'd like to be at this stage in my training. The issue right now is, for some strange reason, I ended up hurting my knee doing tempo squats with a 3-second eccentric. I put a lot of stress on something that didn't need to be stressed, and so I think I'm dealing with, at the very least, a little bit of patella discomfort right now. And trying to spot through these, the pain was, at best, it was inconsistent. On some reps, I wouldn't feel it at all. On other reps, if I shifted my weight forward a little bit, I'd really feel it. The 365 hurt pretty good. The 395 felt fine. There was no pain whatsoever. But I could tell after doing these squats that my knee was bugging me pretty good. So it's very frustrating because, I was training my squat for a while and making good progress, and then my pelvis was just really achy from doing all the squat and deadlift training I was doing. So I went to box squats for a little bit, and that worked well, and I recovered from that. And now I came back, and all of a sudden I ended up doing something else, and I feel like I can't gain any traction whatsoever with my squat training. I can't run a protocol and stick with it. I'm going to have to do something different again with my squat, and it's probably going to end up being squatting and knee wraps, because that's probably going to be the thing that's going to help me keep my knee feeling good during these sessions. So probably going to do that Saturday on my birthday, and continue that for a couple of weeks, and then just evaluate where I am and try and get together some sort of a training program, because I feel like for the last 6 to 8 weeks I've just kind of been forced to wing it on my squat. The 395 for 3 felt fine for the first 2 reps, and then the third rep I kind of messed myself up coming down on that third rep, and just became very conscious of the cage and of the safeties, and made the last rep much harder than it had to be. And to be honest, even as I was doing it, I knew I was going to get it, but it was a real struggle and a real pain, and the bar might have even dipped at one point, and I just remember thinking to myself, what the heck is going on, and what are you doing? So I need to continue to reacclimate to squatting, and at some point I'm going to accumulate a little bit more volume to try and get a little bit better technically with it, because right now I feel a little rusty. Did 255 for 4 sets of 8. I knew this session was going to be tough. This was with my narrow grip, and this was pretty brutal. The sets themselves probably don't look too difficult, but they were all pretty tough. And after the 4th set, I was supposed to do 5. I just called it after the 4th. I've gotten in a lot of good reps on my bench, and it is definitely feeling stronger, but this was an absolute rep max, and I didn't really want to run the risk of possibly missing on a 5th set. I decided that would be a good place for me to stop. I just take the volume down a little bit this week as I reach the end. I do have 2 more pretty tough bench press sessions coming for the rest of this week. One will be tomorrow, and the other one will be on Sunday. Went in, did some deficit deadlifting. I was told 30 to 35 bar lifts, 335 pounds. Again, using the stiff bar just because it's high rep work, and I don't really want the plates coming too far off. It's unavoidable, I feel like, doing high rep deadlifting, but at least with the stiff bar they stay on a little bit better. Ended up dividing that up into 3 sets. The previous week I did 315 for 5 sets of 8, but that just, not only did it feel easy, it felt a little bit too easy, even for where we are in this macro cycle, which is at the very beginning. So did 335 for 2 sets of 10 and a set of 15, and that felt okay. I was definitely pretty winded after these. My conditioning is really, I would say, the most difficult thing to deal with on these sorts of training sessions. It's just easy for me to get winded, and my work capacity, after not training with much volume on my deadlift for a little while, my work capacity is a little bit low, but I figure sessions like this will allow me to rebuild that, and hopefully that will carry over to a bigger intense phase when I do reach that point some months down the road. So anyway, the training on everything's going pretty well. I've just been super busy. I've got a birthday coming up on Saturday, and I'm turning 28 years old, so I feel like I'm getting old. Feel like I guess if there is a prime, I feel like I'm starting to enter into it now, and really excited about just what the future holds and what my training holds for me. Keep checking in. I'll have another video for you very soon.